So I'm here at EGX with Ted from Creature Battle Labs. One of the things that you guys have always asked me about is how you can get into the tech industry, how you can get into the gaming industry, and that's kind of what we want to ask Ted from Creature Battle Labs. So tell us, what do you do at Creature Battle Labs?
Well, I am the only programmer on the game, so I'm responsible for making the game work. People just bring me nice little art assets, and I make them do stuff. That's pretty much it.
Right. So how did you manage to get into the industry? Was it something you sort of just created with a bunch of other guys, or did you sort of meet with somebody to get into the industry? How was your progress with that?
Well, I've always wanted to make games, so I went to uni. I did a game design and programming course. I didn't really make the most of that. I kind of just messed around, didn't really do anything. Left uni, tried to do the indie thing on my own, tried to make some games on my own. I found it really tough, wasn't really getting anywhere. So I went back to uni, I did a master's. That's when I met some artists, and that's when it already kicked off for me. We got together, we all had similar tastes in games, and we decided to make a company and just go for it. And that's where we are now, really. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So how, in terms of coming to something like EGX Res, which is great, and it's like quite a small. There's like a sort of, it's big, but it's not so big in terms of the indie developers here. Sort of where do you think you've been well received, or do you think it's kind of like people are only here for the AAA titles and stuff like that?
No, I wouldn't say they're only here for that. I think obviously most people are.
Yeah.
But we've had a lot of people come up to us and say, oh, it's really good to meet the indies, because you actually get to talk to who's making the game, whereas, they're not making the game downstairs, they're just showing off. So yeah, it's been really good reception. Everyone's really friendly. It's been really good.
And sort of when you look at like coding and stuff and trying to get that product out to the market within a quite tight time frame, is it really stressful to do, or is it quite relaxed because you kind of know roughly how long it's going to take, and you can kind of just sort of move forwards quite chill out and sort of get it done so it's there ready to go on sort of release day?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's relaxing. It's really stressful. I've been working like crazy just to get it playable for this demo. Especially if you're an indie and it's like, this is our first game, so we have limited money, we need to get out as quick as possible so we have a chance of making some money. So I'd say you have to be fairly good at coping with stress. It helps if you've got good people around you. It's not too bad, it's a lot of fun. I'd rather do this than something else.
Some 9 to 5 job like that. So just finally, where can people find out more about Creature Battle Labs if they want to go and buy it and download it and all that other kind of stuff?
You go to creaturebattlelab.com or check us out on Facebook. We'll be posting a lot more updates now that we're getting closer to release. Just keep an eye out for us. The game's going to be free. It's going to have in-app purchases, but it's not pay to win or any of that bollocks. It's just, we hate those kind of games. There's no waiting around. No. You can just pay for aesthetical items. Give us a go. It's going to be free. It's going to be fun. Yeah, just check us out.
I think that's quite one sort of leading into that, I guess, is really great to see. The likes of big companies like EA and PlayStation and Xbox and Microsoft Game Studios. They create games that are loads of it sort of appeals to the masses, but they're kind of just there for the money. And it's really great to speak to some people like you that really aren't in it for the money. They're in it because they like creating games. They like seeing people interact with those games in a really interesting way. And I think it's a really great sort of, especially something like EGX, is a really great way to sort of sell your product to a big huge team of gamers that wouldn't necessarily have found you otherwise.
I mean, like you said, we don't really care about the money because I've been poor for so long. It's fine, just give me a little bit, I can do it. I just want as many people as possible to play the game. That's not easy even on mobile, these days, but I think it helps because we're kind of more hardcore gamers. I guess a lot of mobile games, they're going for that casual audience. We want to bring, killer gameplay to mobile as opposed to just, buying things for the sake of it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like Candy Crush or something like that.
Yeah, like Candy Crush, that could have been a good game, but certain evil bits in it, and there, so we don't just want to skip all that, just make something awesome.
Well, thanks very much for that.
No worries, Alan.
All right, cheers.
Cheers, man. Thanks.